Today we'll examine how encounters with narcissists injure the energy body and mark you for further abuse by people and circumstances run by narcissistic consciousness. By things I mean life circumstances you attract once your energy body frequency has been transformed by an attack. Many people live in a state of energy body injury because they are attacked so often that it becomes their default state. They assume something is wrong with them. Only when they leave everything behind and begin to purge and rebuild do they see that it was never them. Their experience of self was constantly manufactured by implanted narcissistic charge. The process has 3 steps. Step 1. The narcissist tears your energy body and takes a piece of it, like taking a bite of your energy. Step 2. They insert a narcissistic energy implant, an emotional charge, into that gap. They assimilate what they took into their own field and give you back their charged residue. Step 3. They stitch it shut with kindness so the implanted charge cannot escape. If the implant finds affinity in you, less overt kindness is needed, otherwise they seal it so the foreign charge holds. The implanted energy then runs your mind and body until it purges. If you encounter narcissistic agents only sporadically and can return to safety, the implant may purge. Most people never get that space. They receive more implants from multiple sources. Each implant leaves a mark. Other narcissists, and people running narcissistic beliefs, detect that mark. They pick up where the primary agent left off. That's why attacks appear disconnected. They aren't. They are wired together by the narcissistic energy, and the mark on you is a green light announcing you as a target. The result is a reality that encloses and defines you. After an attack, the implanted energy lives inside you and your system automatically shifts into behaviors tuned to that charge. It is easy to project a movie on a blank wall. Those who supply the charge know this instinctively. People mistake the wall for the movie source, but the movie comes from the projector, or somewhere else entirely. The projector creates reflection surfaces, and because we only see reflections, we rarely find or confront the true source of the charge. The real perpetrators remain polished and untouchable, good citizens, philanthropists, victims, martyrs, shiny armor that hides the engine. Symptoms of narcissistic energy implants. I'll give 6 examples here, though there are many more. Symptom 1. Pleasing people. You apologize for existing through your behavior. You hold your breath, feeling like you take up space you don't deserve. You belittle yourself, minimize, and take an inferior posture so blame, shame, and bad treatment can be dumped on you. This is the narcissistic implant running your system. You don't choose these behaviors, they aren't free will, they're what an injured energy body does. Over years this becomes a behavioral pattern, but clearing the implant reveals the truth. The reactions are an automatic bodily response, like sneezing with the flu. The implant entered through an energy wound and uses you as a tool. The only practical action now is to avoid further contact with those who make the wounds and to heal so the energy body becomes strong again. When you heal, the people-pleasing disappears because it was never your true state, it was parasitic occupation. Symptom 2. Provocative behaviors. This is the narcissistic implant turning you into a magnet for abuse. You act in ways that invite trouble, as if your system signals you deserve bad treatment. That includes sexual provocation and other self-destructive patterns, behaviors that push you into more harm from everyone around. You don't choose this, it isn't intentional. It is the implanted narcissistic charge driving you towards self-destruction so it can harvest more energy and spread itself. When the implant is active, your field raises the local level of narcissistic energy. That higher energy makes certain behaviors easier to manifest. The environment mirrors and amplifies the implant. Through you the narcissistic energy propagates, and the world around you becomes more hostile and primed to repeat the same abuse. The only real remedy in the moment is to get to safety and wait for the implanted charge to clear, because you cannot reason your way out of a parasitic energy program while it's running you. Because this implant alters how you behave, it also manufactures enemies. Your actions, driven by the foreign charge, rub people the wrong way or wound them. Those people then demand justice and revenge against you, seeing you as the source of harm. They don't see the truth. you are unconscious, hijacked by narcissistic consciousness and being used as a tool. The implant then locks in another layer of protection. The social backlash itself becomes a new narcissistic mark that keeps you cut off from escape. It's a deliberate system. You are made visible and vulnerable, attacked, and then trapped by the very responses you provoke. This is how the narcissistic world perpetuates itself. The only way out is to see the game, purge the implant, and rebuild from safety, to let a new reality arise from inside you. Symptom 3. Direct self-destruction. You may find yourself acting in ways that sabotage your life without understanding why, driving twice as fast as you normally would, pushing your body too hard, or throwing yourself into compulsive busyness. Escaping the situation becomes an urgent drive, and because you can't actually leave, you turn to compulsive talking, frantic fixing, workaholism, overexercising, or other frantic behaviors. Sometimes the impulse goes further, the urge to break things you created, to smash possessions, to crash a car, to cut or otherwise injure yourself, to tear your hair out, or to destroy relationships. Often this is framed unconsciously as protecting others from the toxic, Darvo-shaped false reality that the narcissistic agents implanted in you. You don't necessarily want to hurt others, you're trying, at a deep, automatic level, to prevent the damage you feel inside from spreading. For people who've had lighter contact with narcissistic energy, these remain urges. For those who've been deeply implanted, the urges can become actions. There's enough self-destructive creative energy in the field to manifest physically. This behavior is not proof of moral failure, it's a symptom of parasitic energy running your system. The path out is to stop contact with the sources of injury, get to safety, and begin cleansing the implant so the self-destructive impulses lose their power. Symptom 4. Shaking off. You may try to shake the implant's charge off onto someone else. This is how narcissistic energy finds favored hosts and creates hierarchies. Some people become protected and promoted by that energy, and they carry the dumped charge. You might not even notice you're doing it, you're only seeking relief. You meet certain people, you feel release, you go home lighter, but you left the burden on someone else. The dumped charge doesn't vanish. It lands on people who have affinity for it, not because they're bad, but because they were already marked as dumpsters. The energy then shapes their lives, circumstances, thoughts, behaviors. They feel burdened and see evidence of it in their own actions and the reactions of others, so they conclude it must be their fault. It isn't. Energy, once formed as an entity, can be detached from its source and sent to manifest elsewhere. That is the core mechanism of the narcissistic consciousness game. We don't see this because we are confused on purpose from the day we're born. We are energy beings taught the wrong rules, so we can't win until we see the real game. Symptom 5. Shielding with anger. Many people are conditioned by patriarchy to shield themselves with anger. That anger becomes the visible mask and the crowd quickly labels them the abuser. To be clear, sometimes the angry person is genuinely abusive and is blaming others to hide their behavior. There's always nuance, and that's why it's crucial not to jump to immediate conclusions. What most people miss is that anger can itself be a mark, a narcissistic implant dumped onto a target. It becomes a beacon that draws other narcissistic agents. A covert actor will step in with a kind, seemingly supportive remark that actually pokes the angry person, triggers an eruption, and completes a scripted scene. Narcissists recognize a charged person instantly. They know all they need to do is appear angelic while provoking a reaction, and the scapegoat is painted as the abuser. That creates another layer of narcissistic abuse, trapping the victim deeper. The whole sequence looks spontaneous, but it's powered by narcissistic charge moving through different people who seem unconnected. Their minds supply rational reasons for their actions, while the implanted charge is the unseen driver. Stay curious, not judgmental. Recognize both possibilities, genuine abuse and abusive dynamics produced or amplified by implanted narcissistic energy. Symptom 6. Mind and body in pieces. You feel shattered. Facts won't connect. Focus, learning, waking up, all break down. Memory gaps, distorted time, a sense of being in a different reality. You see people but can't reach them. Sometimes this fragmentation feels safe. It shields you from perceiving more abuse, but it also makes you think something is wrong with you around others. Your mind works painfully slowly, space and vehicle control feel slippery or fuse to you. Push into an angry shield and you may feel excessive control, until the control slips and the consequences are catastrophic. These are all ways the implant directs mind and body. When the charge can't clear naturally, which requires long-term removal from narcissistic energy, you become sealed by it. That seal can make survival possible inside narcissistic reality, but it also traps you. The path out is not shame, it's to create independent space, to build a life where narcissistic energy cannot reach you, and to purge the implants so your true self can return.